I missed the unmute mic button when I clicked on it. Anyways, hello, lab rats, and welcome to yet another Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader stream. Time for our first stream of 2024. Can you believe it? I've been at this for almost a year now. Anyways, I accidentally walked into this guy right before the stream started, so I guess we're talking to him now. The reflections of the bridge lights are playing on the unlit vid screens of the cogitator. Next to the machine stands a hunched tech priest who bows as you approach, his body nearly folding in half. Lord Captain, the machine spirit of this mechanism slumbers. Should you wish to awaken it, use the key of your blood. Who are you and what is your purpose here? My designation is IH630. The tech priest points his only mechadendrite at the machine beside him. The venerated Ingenseer Prime has entrusted the sacred mechanism into my care. It is now my duty to assist in the rogue trader's understanding the hallowed... I can't believe that you need these anti-knockout implants if the Discord continues to be horny! Yeah. So what does interacting with this outside of like that cutscene I had to? Place your hand inside the servitor's maw. The servitor's powerful jaws close around your hand with a screeching clack. You feel the cold metal pierce your skin and draw blood. The vid screens in front of you flicker restlessly, filling with numerical combinations. The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain. Pascal has informed me that the system has encrypted data stored inside. I wish to know its contents. Without another word, the tech priest turns to the cogitator. He raises his hands and a prayer of binaric code pours out of his vox device. The servo motors in the bowels of the machine grow louder, its undulating hum responding to his chant. Numerical combinations run down the screen. The machine spirit has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged. The tech priest stops abruptly, and the green glow visor narrows. Registering an intact segment, the machine spirit has spoken. The worlds of Kiava Gamma and Dargonis hold certain data repositories. The mechanism is ready to provide the rogue trader with data keys that can unlock said repository. What data repositories? That remains hidden. The encrypted databank belonged to the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. He was the only one who could have known about these repositories. Perhaps the former Ingenseer Prime could have known. Omnicia accept his code. If I were to propose a hypothesis, it would be the most prudent of a figure as eminent as a rogue trader, or her classified data in receptacles most secure. How do I accept input? The gracious machine spirit is willing to transfer the data keys to the head of House von Valancius by means of an electu, a hypodermic tattoo augment. If you are ready to accept the keys, place your hand inside the servitor's mouth. Deep within the servitor's dark gullet, unseen burning hot needles pierce your wrist, but the sharp pain only lasts. The electu that has been planted inside your wrist. Enough. Sorry about that, I accidentally bumped my phone. I need to know more about the caches. The Omnisia favors you. The machine spirit is willing to commence the calculation procedure that can restore the lost data. Restore the data on the cache located on Dargonus. The machine hums louder until it lets out a resounding crackle. Then the sounds stop and an unmoving numerical combination lights up on the screen. The tech priest's synthesized voice sounds almost concerned. The data has been restored, but it is only a single phrase. Litanies of the motive force. That is all the sacred mechanism was able to salvage. I'm interested in the cache on Kiava Gamma. Servo motors within the cogitator pick up their pace, their heavy thrum growing louder. The machine clicks abrasively for several minutes, until eventually a numerical code appears on the screen. The tech priest turns to you. Blessed are the Omnisia's deed. The repository on Kiava Gamma has a security system guarding it. The machine spirit has recovered a code that will allow you to disable the defense. I have other questions. Have the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus been able to discern how the ship was able to start the warp engine? The Engineer Prime spends hours pursuing the quest for knowledge in hopes of comprehending the nature of said miracle. May the Omnisia's grace guide him on this journey. There is no doubt that it was a miracle sent by the Omnisia as a manifestation of his will. Yet the Engineer Prime managed to perceive some logical connection within the streams of data. I am not privy to this connection, but the Engineer Prime will surely share this newly discovered knowledge with you in a detailed report. Alright? So I wonder if our companions have new dialogue. Oh, the servitor's T-posing again. I see. If our companions have new dialogue.
Words cannot describe. I have enjoyed.
Okay, nothing for you?
Greetings.
Okay, it doesn't look like anyone will have a new conversation. So let's jump down to Farabundus. Lord Captain. Graver's voice over the vox sounds weary rather than annoying. Yeah, I bet he's weary. He hasn't slept in 30 fucking years. I'm getting reports of several ships moving towards us. Judging by the fact they're not responding to our hails and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they're not here for a chinwag. Ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Where did they come from? Why haven't you noticed them before? The rubbish of Farabundus. And I'm not talking about these wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of meteorites, gas clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together, and the smaller ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the warp. Could this be the work of Kunrad Voigt? It's possible. He could have hired some scum. Or maybe it's just a pirate who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck. On my order, all stations get ready for void combat. Are we going to get our naval combat tutorial, I guess? Because I know there's a system that's supposed to be much more fun than systems that played similar roles in previous Hellcat games. Reborn! Oh my god, thank you for the resub! Oh, the torpedoes move on their own. I see. Let's launch this torpedo. Huh. That's interesting. Is this try button new here or am I tripping? It's always been there. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go there and we can fire them as a macro. Oh, it's firing on my torpedoes. Go here-ish, I think. Plasma torpedoes. Oh, if I do it like that, I can end like that. Oh, so I can like force do this to get more moves to plasma. I'll just leave it there. I see. More torpedoes to chase. Fire the macro cannons. And the Mars pattern macro battery. So I can go like that and make a U-turn. That's special. Oh, there's no special animation for it? That's dumb. Okay, go there and I'll fire. Fleeing! Get back here, dweeb! Get back here! Don't run from me! Ooh! How goes the game? It's been really, really good so far. Detonate! Didn't quite kill it. Okay, move to here where we can fire the like spinal at it. Can't quite get close enough. Okay, this is a cool system. I like this so far. Yes, you can hit it with the torpedoes! Enemy attacks can penetrate your shields and damage your ship's hull. This damage remains after the battle is over and must be repaired. Open the Voyager's management screen to make repairs to your ship. Use scrap to repair your ship and restore its hull. Down. Huh, okay. What is this? Okay, that was really hard to get out of the menu. Hi, anti-fashion! Okay, now I can repair stuff. Huh, okay, and I can upgrade stuff too, okay. Interesting. So what happens if we go here? Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of the Alter Templum Calixtus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction. Sites. Okay. And what's over here? Lord Captain, we have the flagship Drusus' blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting a direct Vox channel. Patching you through. Artist Captain Austerius Thorfast. The Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you. Greetings, Lord Captain. And I am honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valancy. May your name be known through the ages. Artist Captain Austerius Thorfast, bearer of a free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of your service? What is your squadron doing here? We develop supply routes for Chartist. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of the Imperium territory, yet we do not have a fixed, harder-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with the voidfarers in need of regular ship repair, and those who are interested in specialized goods. I want to take a look at the catalog of components available for purchase. Oh, an improved auger array. Low acceleration braking. I assume that would mean it's less maneuverable. I'll take it anyway. It's not like I'm paying anything, given how this game system works. Okay, only void trophies get traded with real name. Okay. And let's head to Footfall. Your ladyship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors from Rykad Minoris. There have already been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying. All of them had been blinded using various means. I fear there is reason to believe that there were agents of the cult among the people who came on board. I knew the anathema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Then let us march and drive it away. Give me a proper report on the refugees. How are they quartered? How are they supervised? The serfs and the planetary wardens were assigned to 2 auxiliary lower decks. The commoners are riled up and frightened by the calamity, so to keep their senselessness in check, we only assign those of sound mind to work and pump sedative gas through the ventilation into the compartments holding the rest. The venerated Praetor Electroid Dar Impulse VI and his refuge took refuge in one of the engineering bays. Or more accurately, they barricaded themselves in. The wise servants of the Omnisia are fearful beyond measure that ignorant laypeople may damage or offend their miraculous fusion reactor. So they cloistered themselves in their own personal fortress. I need to know more about the killings. 11 bodies have been found thus far. The first victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. The second had acid splashed in their face. And the third was found wandering around on their last legs and with metal pins sticking out of their eye socket. They died before we could interrogate them. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways. Through blinding, no trace of the killer's identity was found. Begin the interrogations. It will be done, your ladyship. If I may interject, there is no need. The interrogations have already been conducted. If I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered... No, I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered, though I decided not to disturb your ladyship until I had the result. Well, now I do. We have already arrested, let's see, 4 perpetrators at the scenes of crimes that had yet to take place. Those are not murder. They are... Explain yourselves, y'all. The people we apprehended were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I am confident that all who perished did the same. When questioned, they all said the same thing. They are haunted by the sight of the dying Rykad Minoris. Even in their sleep, they still have the same horrific picture. The sad wretches would do anything to make this nightmare stop. I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick. Ah! Uh... Hmm. Increase surveillance. Assign enforcer. Watch them. Certainly, Lord Captain. Except, I am afraid it is not just the refugees. Ablard's voice is grim. 3 out of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew. They watched Reverend die, and it left their minds scarred. We all bear the mark of that dark catastrophe, for it was the attention of the ruinous powers that branded our very souls. May the God Emperor have mercy on us. You were warned, your ladyship. It is regrettable that you did not listen. Yeah, Heinrich. Ooh. This is an interesting map. Kind of like what they did for the Abyss in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Void Dock Alpha Row. Yeah, and Heinrich isn't with us right now. We can't pick him. He decided to go in incognito, if you don't remember. Ooh, little cutscene. Where are these? Your ladyship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on Footfall incognito, and so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Vladimir Tokera. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intention. Someone's coming, and they're coming for us. Watch out, Captain. Abelard sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon. Who's coming? Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them. Angry. They've got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What can you mean by such a cryptic pronoun? He doesn't get to say the rest.
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome?
Oh, of course.
I'll make an example out of you!
The Emperor is with us!
Yep, combat, of course. This is where the early beta started. Interesting. Argenta won't actually get her turn for a couple hits. For one. So I don't really want her to be out in the open. We can start here for now. Okay, let's switch Adira and Argenta. Because Argenta's going to move a lot. We are, however, first going to use Cassia. Oh, the range is very limited. I didn't realize the range on that was so limited. Okay. I guess I'm doing Bring It Down on me
I'm
then.
not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, so that's how this works. Okay. What determines the orientation of this line? This is where Ablard's going to be going for, so slap down the front line.
Who if
Put the
not
backline
me?
here to protect Cassia. I'm gonna put the rear over there for this.
I'll make it
I'll
happen.
dead shot that guy.
Your end was inevitable.
And then my actual turn. Okay, let's go here and do this.
You never stood a chance.
Yes! Okay, that was great.
I'll see to it personally.
Let's analyze we analyze enemies. Also, now I know. I asked way earlier why the enemy thing was a Drukhari on this, and so he's like, "Oh, of course, Drukhari show up as the main bad guys." Okay, so yeah, so rear is for range damage people, front line is for melee people, and back line is for protecting people. Cassia turn, let's voice the command on Argenta. And bring it down on her as well. Well, it won't be quite as good of a burst, but we can aim it in a way where it won't hit Pascal.
Doubt is for the weak.
Except it did hit Pascal. God damn it! Ah! Ah, that sucked! I don't think there's anything useful she can really do.
Didn't flinch.
Yet Iron knows no pain.
Alright, Adira's turn. She can fry like several guys at once here. Going to want to analyze on that guy. And then we'll throw for a warning on Pascal.
But of course.
Because he's already really fucked up. Oh, I should have done this. Okay. I totally forgot about bounty hunter stuff. Okay.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
The Imperium!
Oh my god, Adira.
Pain
but
won't stop me.
heretics.
Luckily, Argenta is now in an extremely good position.
Faith without deed.
I'll do it.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the
Yeah, we should have
Emperor
killed the other one too,
commands,
but
I
I'll just
act.
do something.
High momentum.
Gonna hurt!
Am I unconscious? Yes, I am. God damn it.
It will be done.
Okay, this is going really poorly for my first tier 2
strike.
combat.
Indeed.
That's a reckless strike. And hit
I
him
will
again.
do my duty.
Oh crap. There's like a bunch of guys right there just like standing right next to each other. So
My vow is to serve. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binary override.
just make sure this hits. Skip like that.
It's not a battle,
Ha!
but an execution.
Yeah, that was great.
That's gotta hurt.
My ears are ringing.
Go here. Voice of
Step
command,
aside.
Abelard.
The navigator is coming.
Glimpse of fate,
Isn't this a job
Abelard.
for the
Highway.
serfs?
All right, she has an additional
Me?
AP, so we can also
If you insist, Lord
get
Captain.
back in the fight to give more temporary wounds, and then bring it down on him to give him a free turn.
It will be done. At your beck
And then
and
endure.
call.
To get even more temporary wounds. Actually, I bet if I did this to Abelard, he'd
I'll
probably
paint
be
your
able to
death
just like
in
finish the
colours.
battle here. That's what I'm gonna do.
It will be done. One fewer target. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
That and that. Reckless strike.
At your beck and call. I
And you
will
can
do
do it again.
my Indeed.
Let's do that so he doesn't like fucking die because he's really exposed right now. Yes, let's see where she is.
I know what is to come.
Dira, move up, analyze, and then psychic shriek on
Anything else?
Bloodstained Amelia to finish her off. For a warning on Abelard. Oh, I should have done that. I keep forgetting to do the bounty hunter thing.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
Ooh, Reverend Honus up. Can run and gun again. Go there, reload.
Doubt is for
Mm,
the weak
fireball.
and eradicated.
Abelard time again. Go here.
It will
Tar.
be done. I took care of this one.
then chuck
Victory
him there.
is reduced to dust.
I always keep my options open.
That's that battle over. The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me! They killed! Every time I warn them, and then they all go, Dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? A tear spits on the ground in annoyance. Ah. Fear not, young man. We took care of the attackers. Do you know who they were? Your ladyship, those guys are Anvers. They're a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Lord Leech Takara. He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear. Does this kind of thing happen often around here? Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Anvers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules. Go and report this to the Liege. Yes, I'm sorry, your ladyship. I'll just go report to the Liege. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. I like how my Grand Strategist ability zones are remaining on the ground here. Combat shotgun, huh? Is flak armor better than ones people have? Yes. Yes, it is. I don't care about the axes. And I only need one of them. Naval can have this nice flak armor. Right, I need to actually get plasma weapon efficiency so I can use plasma weapons. Do some looting.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, and we could just like go back to the void ship immediately to get rid of the, the injuries. Yeah, now I know what to spend the next general talent on. Now we have more places we can go, even though we just left immediately. We should probably go back to the river. The tall, hunched tech priest stares at you unblinkingly. The breathing mask conceals his gaunt features. The skin on his hands is of a sickly gray hue, while his augments show signs of combat damage and are plated in black chromium, giving him a general air of lugubriousness. Lugubriousness. What is that word? I've never seen that word before. Initiating identification procedure. This unit is defined as Logis Opticon 22 and is a fully authorized representative structural part of the Cognizance and the priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic links, trade deals, donations. Initiating official greeting procedure for esteemed high-value visitors. Glory success to House Von Valancia. A binaric aria begins to flow from the scratched vox attached to the tech priest's chest. Requesting information exchange regarding contractual obligation, Logisticar Thader. Pascal and Opticon 22 exchange glances in a short series of binaric signals, before bowing their heads in satisfaction. Opticon 22's head bows noticeably lower than Pascal. I want to make a trade deal. Add kits. And stims. Oh my god, what the heck? That's whack. Target designator. Oh, that's really good. Deflecting guns or build a whole gunslinger around them. Yeah, they seem cool. She stands still a lot. I received an invitation to a meeting. Confirmed. I wish to discharge, reciprocally validate the mutual contractual obligation designated Logisticar Theta. Under the contractual obligation in question, 34.761 Terran cycles ago, the Explorator Cognizance fleet received from representatives authorized units of the Von Valancius dynasty a volume of high-grade promethium equal to the fuel capacity of 6 Tantalian void tankers. Received it and then didn't pay. Compensate. Remunerate. Settle accounts. Should I go on, or is that enough synonyms? Oh my god, Abelard! The stipulated payment reciprocal offering from the Cognizance fleet can be made to Von Valancius assets at the current time, after which the contractual obligation will be fulfilled archived. Confirm your status regarding acceptance of the payment reciprocal offering. Huh. You waited 30 years to pay up. Execution of payment reciprocal offering is in accordance with the specifications of the contractual obligation. Allocation of assets from the holdings of the Cognizance fleet was initiated when the tankers reached the main squadron. 14.905 Terran cycles after the initial transaction. The asset allocation process concluded. 2.663 Terran cycles later, transportation of assets per Mundus system took 16.862 Terran cycles. Final delivery of assets to Footfall took 0.331 Terran cycles. Clever, if you had been purchasing fuel for a squadron at the other end of the Imperium, you may never had to pay at all. You'd have turned to dust before you made it there and back. I confirm I am willing to accept the payment. The request is accepted. The sacred machines will be loaded onto the hold of your vessel. The contractual obligation, Logisticar Theta, is concluded. The Cognizance fleet thanks House von Valancius for its cooperation. I seek the friendship of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus is interested and considers expeditious cooperation. Under the terms of the Treaty of Mars, it is willing to provide services to the von Valancius dynasty. The priority of service tax can be raised if diplomatic links are strengthened. The Cognizance fleet will be glad alternative unavailable to accept any samples of sacred technology, samples of profane xenotech, miscellaneous items. Reminder, storage, study, or disposal of the aforementioned objects with the exception of 3 miscellaneous items is the preferential right of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Explorator fleet will also accept information about planets in the Coronis Expanse that have not been previously recorded in the Planetary Register. Why do you want information about planets? Omnifaceted study of the Coronis Expanse is the sacred mission operational objective of the Cognizance fleet. Information about the planets and star systems of the Coronis Expanse will be compiled, studied, and transferred to the Holy Repositories of Mars upon completion of the Great March of Exploration mission. This process increases the totality of knowledge and decreases the totality of ignorance in the universe. Why are you interested in xenotech? Isn't that heresy? The Cognizant fleet finds it reasonable to believes that forbidden knowledge in the hands of the laity causes destruction and violations that go against the Omnissia's will. Weakness of mind and will unleashes xenoheresy, which consumes the laity whole. An example that demonstrates the outlined pattern: a void station in the system of Langren's Belt. According to the data available to the Cognizance fleet, the heretics on the station have trade relations with Xenos for the sake of obtaining dangerous and pernicious technology. The destruction of these heretics is of high priority, but not high enough to demand immediate action. I must take my leave, okay? The Omniscia knows all, comprehends all.
I always have a backup plan.
I mean, I'd say the fact that it belongs to the Adeptus Mechanicus would have been really obvious from the fact that there's a bunch of AdMech standing around it.
Always keep your eye on prize.
Ah. Buttons.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I'm writing to inform you that 2 days ago, the discharge was interrupted by a raid launched by the Anvers gang. In the attack, 3 loader servitors were put out of commission. Furthermore, 1 cargo container, serial number FVD A116165, was stolen along with its contents. Interesting. I mean, this can't be that hard to brute force, right? I'm not gonna actually try and brute force it. Especially because I kind of lost track of where I was there.
Keep your wits about you.
Commerce 100 check.
I've read about this.
Oh, that's depressing.
Let us not dawdle.
That's really depressing. Now is our time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds, carve open their bodies like carcasses at a slaughterhouse. The Imperial Navy, Cosbolica, Corda, von Valancius. Their names mean nothing now. Tomorrow will erase them from memory. Go and seize power, as much of it as you can carry.
I always have a backup plan. I always keep my options
Ellie
open.
Bob, thank you for the follow, as long as you're not actually a bot. What's going on here?
That's how it's done.
Do not, I'm good. Yeah, hi! A small altar, the central spot, has been given to Drusus, a saint from the neighboring Calixus sector who is widely revered in the Calixus Expanse.
Is there money to be
the
made?
Coronis Expanse. Interesting. Hi, I'm glad you followed.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Ooh, good. Ooh, immune to grenades.
My house would be proud of me.
Yeah, that's the same. How's the game so far? I've been
Rise
really
to
having
the
fun
top,
with this game. I
or
really
get
like
left in the dust.
it. More than I was expecting, actually. And I was expecting to like it.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, is there anything I'm missing? Yes. There's some loot back near Opticon.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh no, it's that I couldn't figure out how to get to because there's a code I need.
I always keep my options open.
The rest of it. Quest point is atrium, so let's go there. I like how it's the standard Warhammer 40K music except with a little bit of banjo in it. That's very amusing.
Is there money to be made?
Fireproof cape. Interesting.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Yeah, it is a nice bit of a folksy twang to it. Yeah. It's nice.
I
yeah.
always get
Yeah,
the
I love
job
how it's
done.
not just like either standard Warhammer 40K music or just like standard folksy space western song. It's the standard Warhammer 40K epic choral stuff, except like there's a banjo in there. It's great.
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, more Andrew leaflets.
The machine god grants the insight.
Wait, what's going on here? The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. A massacre is about to take place. Just cut their throats already! What were they thinking letting that ship dock at Footfall? They're all stricken! Instigator, no, cutting! We get their blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them. This is an awkward camera angle. Be quiet, you scoundrel. A priest, clad in a simple black raiment, cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right. That's Reverend Honus. I'm surprised he's decided to intervene in a street swamp. Watch in silence. Reverend, but these are heretics. Real heretics. Their whole planet is plagued. Folks say they all died over there. And why is that, huh? Because they're heretics and the Emperor punished them. We're no heretics. One of the people surrounded by the crowd raises his chin. We ran from the heretics, barely escaped with our lives. And there was no plague on our planet. Only the Archenemy's minions. A whole army of them. He spits on the ground. If you want to blame anyone, blame those who abandoned our world. Blame the governor. Blame the tech priest. Blame the masters of Kiavagama who forsook it in its darkest hour. What is going on here? And who are you supposed to be? I'm an envoy of the Von Valance. Actually, no. A concerned citizen. An armed one. I suggest you think well before giving me lip. Bardo gives you an appraising look. You've got a point there. I wonder if you can back it up. Silence! You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics! The haggard man is on the verge of tears. We're refugees. I swear it on the Golden Throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors and heretics, a lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow. Fear. Their red buds welling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, They are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies on the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you and or me, Vivian. All onlookers are... Let's do the coercion one. All onlookers are to return to their homes immediately. The refugees can go to Dock Alpha Row. I will speak to you later. Comply or face the consequences. Razor looks at you morosely. I don't want to get into trouble over this lot. Refugees use the interruption to make off in the direction of Dock Alpha Row. The arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Ooh, Lordship.
Just as I planned.
Artemis Dwayne. Same goddamn Anver propaganda. The sight of this cogitator would be enough to break any tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly to one side, grimy, covered in scrawled drawings, with frivolous writing scratched here and there on the casing. Several keys are missing, and the rest are coated with dust. Pascal's respirator lets out a mournful hiss before he says grimly, "The right of operation has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated. Requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with caring for the spirit of this machine." Try to repair the cogitator. After a series of creaks and groans, the cogitator's dusty screen lights up. On it are several lines of text, section heading. Praise the Omniscia, the machine spirit of the cogitator is aggrieved but willing to serve. Accompanied by the crackling of a binaric prayer, Pascal's mechadendrites gently place a couple of keys lying on the floor back into place. This image is really funny to me, and I don't know why. Select the section titled Welcome. In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, Conqueror of Stars, Builder of Outposts, the noblest rogue trader, Parsimus Duane, and on behalf of all his descendants, I welcome you. This cogitator is installed on the order of the illustrious Parsimus, so that the needy may tap into the flow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list of sections and choose what you wish to know. Parsimus Duane? I've never heard of such a rogue trader out. Whoever this Parsimus was, he sure thought big. Lord Captain Parsimus Duane, one of the trailblazers of the Coronis Expanse and this station's founder. I've read about his great. Lord Duane was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but by his will, later inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to conquer the Coronis Expanse. They say Footfall was meant to be his personal palace world, but the construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today. One that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, rogue traders. Like the section titled About Footfall. Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus Duane as a palace in the stars, majestic as the spirit and mind of its creator. As of the year of this cogitator's installation, merely a small faction of the great Parsimus's designs has been made a reality, but already their audacity and grandeur are staggering. Footfall is to become the gateway to the savage and barely explored Coronis Expanse, a foothold for the future conquest by the Imperium and the noble Parsimus Duane, acts by the Emperor's will. The cogitator wheezes and blinks, clearly trying to shut down attempted emergency repair. The cogitator whirs and the screen turns back on. One of the first structures on Footfall was the colossal statue of... A whole asteroid was used for the creation of this. But even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. The statue is the center of Footfall in the same way that the Emperor is the center and heart of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new, smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surface serving as a foundation for glorious palaces and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for the commoners and rabble. I want to use this as an excuse to do a science thing. You can't carve something out of an asteroid. An asteroid is a bunch of loosely bound gravel and sand. You can stick your hand into it and get out. Like the section titled Parsimist Dwayne's Design. The great Parsimist Dwayne intended to conquer the Coronis Expanse and build the most grandiose structure which will shine through the ages, praising the names of its creator and his descendant. Footfall, the palace in the stars, the glory of the great Parsimus's deeds, will live on throughout the ages in his grand designs. The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform its function no longer. I will see to it that the profaners responsible for its maintenance are marked for servo penance. Let's talk to Irana. Oh, that would be so funny. The man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone and fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice he says, "The Emperor protects." Bow your head and say nothing. His gaze bores into you as if he is trying to penetrate your thoughts. And you must be the young Von Valancius. That name carries weight, and it is a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? I have heard many exalt the deeds of your intellect and call your wisdom a gift from the Emperor himself. Fools, do they not know that the deeds of heresy sprout quickest in an enlightened mind? Understanding only erodes the will to act. This is a lot of very funny... Have no doubts about me. I'm a complete reprobate and an inveterate miscreant whose existence is an affront to the Emperor. How do you know who I am? The Emperor has blessed me with acute hearing, and the people did the rest. How many members of your crew do you think came to confess the moment they arrived in port? How long do you suppose it took me to piece together the truth from their words? The priest's voice is rasping and hard, but you still manage to pick up a strange change in tone. There's something hidden behind the shift in his speech, something he did not consider necessary to explain. You're saying Theodora was a transgressor. A woman of great gifts, but few considered virtue to be one of them. People whispered that the power had corrupted her, made her believe that she was entitled to anything she wanted. It is known that she showed cordiality to Xenos, broke taboos, and violated dogmas. Then again, so do nearly all of her race. You know what? I do not wish to enter into a debate with you. Like, this guy's like going like, debate me, and I'm like, no. A predictable response. He looks at Argenta, who is standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? It was. Reverend, let it be known to you that Theodora von Valancius' ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul. She says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some of them fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rogue trader's crew and help protect the von Valancius dynasty from the forces of the arch-enemy. I am divesting myself of the responsibility for guarding the Footfall reliquary. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward. Hieronymus nods in thought. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. I know what it is that calls you to follow the rogue trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path toward your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companions. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on foot. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarter. In the darkest corners where the Liege's wargens do not venture, Tate has taken. Footfall is consumed by profanity. But even here, true heresy, serving the arch-enemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with the sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us. I wish retribution. I come across heresy surprisingly often. Indeed, dark times are upon us, and wretched souls grow ever more eager to embrace heresy. Both on Footfall and elsewhere, its foul buds are coming into bloom. Troubling news is arriving from many planets. There are whispers of wicked things taking place on Kiava Gamma. And just recently, a transport ship by the name of Navika, teeming with refugees, arrived on Footfall from Winterscale's realm. Their world was stricken with blasphemous sedition, and such was its severity that they had to flee for themselves to save themselves. The Liege refused to accept them, so they headed for Foulstone, a desolate cloister of the righteous. It was wise of them not to linger in this den of vileness. We will verify this rumor, Reverend Hieronymus. With great pleasure. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Vivian, is there more you wish to ask me about? What are you doing on Footfall? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Corona. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amassed and if I hear crewmen whispering about a reclaimed shrine world, or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light, the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sake. Devoted trailblazers need assistance both spiritual and material. Tools, equipment, even garments, and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims on their long journey, and during the first days of the harsh frontier life, is worth its weight in gold for us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. The path of true believers leads into darkness, to search for worlds that have lost his radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp, in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the expanse, and deliver a previously barren world into the Imperium service. And all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the wasteland wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cineris Malefic, and the stars have kept her fate secret since. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you under trials come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drushian mission has much to share with the Rogue Trader. I'd like to take a look at what the followers of St. Drusus have to offer me. Let me see. Yeah, more medkits. An Enforcer helmet. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that wasn't enough to increase. Okay. Must take me. Didn't really want to.
I always keep my options open. That's how it's done.
Ah.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, that's neat. Punish the Xenos, a coin for a go. Guru Kara. Behavior. Villainy, malice. Habitat everywhere. Hides among people. Diet doesn't eat, feeds on blasphemous thoughts. Fears the Emperor, prayer, righteous thoughts.
Keep your wits about
Yeah, I don't think Drukaria would be scared away by that. Xenobeastus unknownus. Behavior, cruelty, trickery, rampant mating. Habitat void. Doesn't eat air. Diet, rock. Fears the Emperor, fire. Yaldari. Behavior, duplicitous, aggressive. Habitat woods. Diets, infants, 2 to 3 a week. Fears the Emperor, righteous people. Oh my god.
Isn't that just?
Yeah, I can. This young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashion is practically new and his hair is well groomed. What ruins this impression is the poorly scrubbed off wheel stains and the fit of the jacket, which was clearly made for someone else. Come one, come all, see for yourself. Off the best collection of live, on Footfall. What kind of collection? Dangerous, vicious, ruthless xenobeasts caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium, but right now they're harmless. Our cages can withstand their rage, but I wouldn't recommend getting too close. These aren't Xenos. They're mutants in makeup. The man's smile dims, but only for a moment. Not Xenos, you say? I'm sure there must be some mistake. I will check the shipping list myself, rest assured. His words are oozing greenish-yellow hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Since entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered, in their life. Ignorance and curiosity be at colossal demand. That's what it's taught, and I can see that the lesson was truthful. Leave. I can talk to one of them.
Is there money to be made?
Oh my god. You know what? I don't care enough to do something about mutants. Maybe I'll come back.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Use the touch.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Oh, neat. That leads up to here where I can
Experience
just
could be
jump
an
over.
opportunity.
Nothing matters more.
Then there's some goods. A great sword? You really need to stop girl bossing. Ooh. Okay, that monocle is immediately going on. Cassie.
The premonition runs true.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay, and there's like a bunch more goods.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Operation successful.
Get more Anver stuff.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Use the touch.
I always get the job done.
And
I always keep my options open.
get that. Unyielding Vanguard boot.
Keep your wits about you. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
There's more stuff over here. We go to the Legion's Palace. Here.
Let us not dawdle.
The low hum of voices quiet and a dozen gazes shift. First mate Dagan, the tall man with the shaved head, is rubbing his hands together. Nervously, his opulent clothes are nearly bursting at the seams on his muscular body, and his expression is forbiddingly grim. Still, he's trying to put on an air of friendliness. Greetings, you must be. Should I play along? Mistress Fidelio? All the guests have arrived, and you're the last on the list. And we couldn't well start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital. Yeah, I'm gonna play along. I want to see where this goes. Of course, I'm Fidelio. Please, ahem. We can talk later. Chaplain is about to begin. What is this tomfoolery? Let's do the awareness check. The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respectable at first glance. The decorations and the attendees' clothes speak of wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the Legion's residence. But you notice that most of those gathered are rather imposing. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they're covering the exit. You are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. But every guest here keeps glancing at you, and some are clearly watching your every move, even though they're trying not to show them. I wonder who this Fidelio is and why they cannot start proceedings until he... Here. Judging by the way that fellow with the list was talking about her, it's someone very important. But it's not a name I've heard. I have never heard of that name either, or either. What is this place and what's going on here? I know nothing about this place, but I can feel there's something in the works here. I sense danger and opportunity. And the danger's a whole lot greater. I want to see what this is about. Oh, what a terrible, sorrowful day. We pay our respects to the life and soul of Footfall Society. A loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, and an example to all future generations. The most noble and unforgettable Master Bardo. This loss the fussy administratum clerk speaks in a strained voice and keeps peeking at a paper with text. His speech drags on, blending into a monotonous cascade of praises of the late Master Bardo. 20 minutes passed. So let us offer a prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Bardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to our most revered chaplain. A formidable-looking man dressed in the attire of an ecclesiarchy missionary glares at the gathered crowd. And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer, then. But if you think that the Emperor, or the messenger of his will, in other words, myself, does not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken. I wasn't referring to Mistress Fidelio. At least Dens himself wanted to see her at the funeral. But the rest, I know every one of you, and I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray for Bardo's soul. Soon the flames will take him. A fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Without another word, the chaplain makes the sign of the Aquila and pointedly turns away from the attendant.
That wasn't so difficult.
The Emperor sets my path.
I always keep my options open.
Up close, Chaplain leaves an even stronger impression. A tall, burly man whose face and hands bear numerous scars. His entire visage seems to tell the story of many heretics who met their end upon their encounter with this adept of faith. Pleasure to meet you, Mistress Fidelio. I prefer to go by Chaplain. It is both my name and my occupation. You know, it's funny how, despite being Dens's, that is to say Master Bardo's, closest associate and confessor, I've never heard of you. Woman he chose to be his sole heir. I'm glad, of course, that the inheritance didn't go to any of the others in the culture. But I'm still curious. Why you? We were especially close. Unsurprising. Dens did like remarkable people, and he knew how to get people to like him. Given your speech during the ceremony, I take it you're not fond of the other attendees. I'm a missionary of St. Teresa, and the true truth of the Imperium speaks through me. So I need see no point in pretense. All who have gathered here have one goal: to bite a chunk out of Dens' estate. Ambition and aspirations of wealth are not immoral in and of themselves, but it's just that I'm sickened by the thought that the great man has left behind nothing but a pile of human refuse. His son is a drunk and a weakling. His friend, Dagon, the one who greeted you at the entrance, the dim-witted brute with an incredibly bloated ego. His widow made off on the family yacht in the direction of the Maw while his body was still warm, with an entourage of 5 brawny, good-looking young fellows. I'd like to believe he didn't choose you as his heir on a whim, Mr. Fidelio. At least you had the guts to come here, into a nest of vipers who despise you, because Dens's money and property slipped through their fingers. I respect that kind of audacity. And so did he. I have a strong suspicion someone here wants me dead. You don't say! How can this be? Someone wants the sole heir of a tremendous fortune dead in the place where the other contenders deprived of these riches have gathered. If you, Mistress Fidelio, really are worthy of Dens's name, you will deal with these minor vicissitudes. Consider this my blessing. The Emperor protects anyone who deserves it, that is. Thank you for speaking with me. I must go. Who are you? The girl dressed in expensive clothes raises her sad little face to you and says in a serious voice, "Hello. Who are you and what are you doing here? Hiding. I thought I was going to cry and I didn't want anyone to see. Hi. My name is Adelia Bilardo. My grandpa in there in the box. The tears will pass, Adelia. The tears will pass, the strength will return, and your courage will never leave you. Adelia tries to smile, then just nods seriously. Where are your parents? My dad is Cass Bilardo. He's with the guests, and my mom ran away. They told me she hates dad and grandpa. I guess she hates me too. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I don't even miss her anymore. I miss grandpa. He was the nice one. Have you ever heard of the name Fidelio? It's someone my dad is very mad at. But dad is always mad at everyone. At grandpa, mom, Dagon, chaplain. I must take my leave. Goodbye. Game?
Your seneschal is always there for you.
Is there money to be made?
You hear someone delicately clearing their throat. The source of the sound turns out to be the administratum clerk you saw next to Chaplain. His clothes are neat and impeccably pressed. His face, however, reveals extreme nervousness bordering on fear. My good Mistress Fidelio, I do hope you're satisfied with the services provided by our establishment. I beg of you, help me, but please keep your voice down. We can't let anyone hear us. It's a matter of life and death. What's the matter? Please understand. The deceased is an interesting look. Not sure if it's locked out. Please understand. It's very difficult to get by on Footfall with my wages. An Imperial Regulation 40308L on post-immortal service workers on peripheral worlds directly prohibits the operator of the crematorium from leaving their workplace for any reason other than sleep, food, severe ailments, and the administration of sacraments. Therefore, I am practically forced, to look for other sources of income that allow me to stay within the walls of this here establishment. I've set up a little, shall we say, enterprise. I replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicas and sell them to the right people when I have a shipment. I just prepared the newest batch of superb and unique implants of the highest quality. Well, I used my first sick leave in 4 standard years. It was on that very day that Master Bardo passed away, and his family was quick to organize a ceremony in our crematorium. I simply didn't have time to prepare, and now my container full of goods is in the furnace, and if you don't help me, they're going to burn it any minute. Wait. Oh my god, my throat. Wait, so you hid valuables in the crematorium's furnace? I've been hiding them there for 10 years now, quite successfully, I might add. Only the richest citizens can afford the services of a crematorium, and sadly they don't die all that often. Usually I sell the goods before the next body arrived, but I got unlucky this time. Help me, I beg of you. I will help you on the following condition. You see, I am, most definitely, Mistress Fidelio. I'm afraid I've misplaced some of my documents. If you make me a copy of everything you can find in the archives that has my name on it, you'll get your contraband. Of course, we'll do. You'll be most pleased with the results. Just tell me for Throne's sake. Run preserve you, make it look like you're just having a look around. It's a lot easier for you to wander into a restricted area without arousing suspicion than it is for me. Find the container, it's in the far corner. Get out and come back to me. I'll be waiting. Okay, I'll look at the body. Whoever prepared the body of the gray-haired man lying in the coffin, they did a good job. Even in death, he looks majestic. Abelard maintains a grave expression befitting the occasion. Until he sees the face of the deceased, he frowns. He peers at it with suspicion. Then he gasps, astonished almost dazed. I'll be. This is quite the meeting, if it can be called so. Abelard, you know this man? Do I? I would tell you all about this man, but the words I'd use would be improper for a funeral. This, your ladyship, is Jerrican Dens. Jerrican Dens, known back in the day as one of the most notorious pirates in the Coronis Expanse. They nicknamed him Jerrycan for his habit of having a jug or two of promethium on hand. He did love burning things. Oh yes, he was a menace back then. How long ago was it? 60 years ago? I was serving my last days in the Navy when news came of his latest attack. Well, well. There was a time when the sight of Jerrycan in a coffin would have been enough to make me dance, quite literally. By the throne, I would have danced a jig on the spot, but now, I don't know. No more jumping into the warp right from under the cruiser's nose, eh, you old beast? Who would have thought I'd be at your funeral? This is very grand for a pirate funeral. This is normal for Footfall. Folks on Footfall are known to turn a blind eye to many things, but even the locals aren't so unscrupulous as to honor pirate scum a few paces away from the Liege's residence. But no one has heard of Dens for so many decades. I barely recognized him myself, and I've seen his face on pics a fair few times. I assume he retired and started a more or less honest life under a new name. What was it they were calling him? Master Bardo? Now I remember. Hieronymus mentioned the name Master Bardo as one of the biggest donors to the temple. Ah, so you really went clean, huh? Take a good look at the deceased. The implants left in the deceased's body speak of his high standing. Expensive tech is typically extracted from the dead, and only the most prominent and wealthy avoid this fate upon them.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The tall man who welcomed you at the entrance is shifting from foot to foot and keeps glancing around with a gloomy expression. Mistress Fidelia. Did Bardo ever mention repentance? No, but I know what you're talking about. Scribbles in his home, yeah, right? Yeah, it happened all right. The writing just appeared out of nowhere on the walls, the mirrors, always the same word, repentance. I told him to get a psyker to check his house for sorcery, but he said no. Too pricey, I guess. He just said something about that, how he had already paid too much for repentance. Not a lot of psychers around, and a single one of them will cost you as much as a team top-notch cruiser. Hey, listen, friend. How long did that go on? Friday? Anything else strange happen in the household? Flying knickknacks. Furniture growing tentacles. People dying for no reason. Oh, all kinds of things happen, my girl. Things going flying, people dying too, servants, that is. Whenever we felt like remembering our glory days and got sloshed on half a jug of the good stuff, that's when it would happen. I remember one time we decided to see who could carve open servitors in the dark the quickest. Dagon grins, then catches himself and glances at you. Alright, serious talk. Nah, nothing like that in this house. Nothing sorcerous apart from the writing. As for when it began, Xenos knows 10, 12 years ago? It'd be good to take a look at that writing, but if I had to guess, it doesn't sound like warp influence to me. If something really did take up residence in that house, it would have made a bigger splash in 10 years, like a dozen corpses. How did Bardo die? Badly. He went downhill real fast. Just a year ago, he was still living it up, storming the slum asteroids to shoot riffraff and mutants. And then all of a sudden, he was done. His old wounds had caught up with him. And he had plenty of those back from the old days and more recent ones, like when somebody tried to bump him off 12 years back, I think it was. You never introduced yourself. I'm Dagon Othio. I was first mate on Denz's ship. I'm Master Bardo. Given the deceased's former occupation, I have a good idea what role you played on command. Dagon smirks. They used to call me Torch. He's Jerry Can. I'm Torch. Those are the days. I must take my leave.
I always have a backup plan.
Acquisition is possible.
Oh my god. Okay, well that just exploded.
Let us not dawdle.
Ah.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, there's Cass. A man of indeterminate age turns to you and sighs loudly. You can tell by his breath that he came to the ceremony after indulging in 1 or 2 glasses of strong drink. Ah, Mr. Fidelio, I've heard so much about you. And here you are, at last, in the... We haven't been introduced. Pardon me, Master Bardo. I have the honor of being the only child. He sends a mocking salute in the direction of the coffin. You don't seem particularly grief-stricken. If I was the one lying in the box, he wouldn't be crying his eyes out either. A son's feelings are complicated. I wasn't a good son, old Dens wasn't a good father. But I do miss him in my own way, yes. He always seemed timeless to me, not just a bag of meat and ugly ambitions like the rest of us are. Did your father ever talk to you about repentance? That's hilarious. Even good old Chaplain doesn't tell me to repent. He gave up on me. He gave up on me long ago. And my old dad, he gave up on me long before that. What you mean that? And those stupid ghosts or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure my father did it himself, the senile old cook. Or maybe it was my daughter messing around. Where else could those words have come from? What words are you talking about? Oh, you don't know? Out of the blue, writing started appearing on a wall in our house. Just one word, repentance. Big, sprawling scribbles like a child's handwriting. The first one appeared about 10 or so years back. The help kept whispering about it being the work of ghosts. Ooh. But for some reason, the old man didn't want to do anything about it, and he told me not to. The writing amused him somehow. Whenever he'd see repentance scratched on the wall, he'd just grin. What did Bardo die of? Age, debauchery, old wounds. By the end, my old man was more implant than man, especially after the assassination attempt. People tried to kill him, you see, about 12 years ago. And what is it that you've heard about me? That you were very close with... forget it, I didn't mean anything by it, just making conversation. Thank you for speaking with me. Goodbye.
Searching is my observance.
Keep your wits about you.
Another trap.
The Emperor favors me today.
Is there money to be made?
This feels like extremely a trap now that I notice it's asking me to climb into the furnace. Alright.
Unexpected result.
Yes, this is obviously a trap.
Machine God grants me insight.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. That is not the Emperor's will.
I guide humanity between...
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. I will do my duty.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. I won't compromise my principles. I refuse.
What am I supposed
I'll make
to
it
shoot?
happen.
Sometimes.
Do you require an audience?
Join me in prayer.
Look no further.
My
I woke
precious
up with a feeling of
failed me.
wonder,
Check the
as
floor.
if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A
there.
child was saved
Okay.
from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, sobbing and howling.
setback.
They're on fire! On fire! Put them out! Put them out quick! The voices come to you through streams of something thick and foul. Your eyes are covered with whatever your unbidden savior saw fit to splash over your head. Your ladiness, are you alright? You hit anything? Any bad burns? You fell right through their ceiling and it was mighty high up. Who are you and what are you doing down here? We live here, is all your ladiness. You see, these are old tunnels. They dug them back in Parsimus Dwayne's times, right through the asteroid. It's a little stuffy down here, but it's warmer than up in the big palaces. And it sure is warm under the crematorium's furnace. They barely burn anyone up there, but they do fire it up often enough, and that's good for us, sure. Some odd smell makes it sense, like they're making roast. Makes your mouth water. But what can you do? That's the comfort for you. You happen to know who Fidelio is? Okay. I love how you can just attack them because they're poor. I'm feeling kind today. Here, for your help with the fire. Oh, thank you kindly. Something to buy a bit of food with because we used our soup to put you out, you see, and it was only 2 days old. How do I get out of here? Well, no climbing back up into the crematorium for you. Look yourself, it's all burnt and collapsed. But it's no biggie. There's only one way up here there, so you won't get old. First, you'll need to pull this big old lever to open the doors. By the busted pipe, that's where the lever is. After that, you just walk through the corridors to Shaftfield Warehouse, and there you are on the surface. The fact that the incompetence of the crematorium's maintenance staff saved our lives does not make their negligence any less egregious. I will register a complaint. I must take my leave. All the best on your journey and all. May the Emperor help you and guide you out.
Always keep your eye on the prize. I always keep my options open.
Detected something.
Woo. Fuck. Elta.
Let us not dawdle. I always have a backup plan.
Huh.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Keep your wits about you.
Guess we're like in the sewer now. The horrible stench reaches your nostrils long before you see its source. A corridor where punctured pipes are disgorging streams of murky sludge. In the distance, you see the lever that opens the doors leading outside. The only way to reach it is by submerging yourself. I'm too old for the ahem. I think I'm going to be. Someone's got to go and pull the lever, right? I propose our holy sister as a candidate. A secret after spiritual purity shouldn't be put off by a little bit of ordinary muck, after all. Hardy har har. Oh my god! Oh, the different things you can tell to everyone. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Really looks how I felt after seeing the Mean Girls 2 trailer. Anyways, welcome back. As everyone knows, the person who does all the dirty work for the rogue trader is our seneschal. I serve House Von Valencius. Abelard salutes you and marches onward with dignity. Swimming through the literal shit. Oh my god, Abelard.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
How do we get to there? Ah, that way.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a
Is there
challenge.
money to be made?
See? Right there.
Knuckle guard? Huh. Cavity in the floor.
Just as I planned. That's how it's done.
Fine amasec. Interesting. Okay, I want to give Abelard those like brass knuckles, I think.
An expected result.
Oh, she always has herself
keep
for
your
one.
eye on
Okay.
prize.
Honest Aya, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
I better myself through my service.
And that would be the way back up.
I
There's, like,
always
more
have a backup plan.
Not quite. Okay. Let's head back up then. Vivi, if I wanted you to replace my spine, what features could I expect?
I always keep my options open.
Well, more durable is well, increased durability is an obvious one. Perhaps, like
Let us
nerve
not
ports
dawdle.
for brain-computer interfacing. Stimulant injector. Orthlac pattern autogun.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Clerk, move it. I said move it if the inspection gets to the circus station before we do. I'll have all of you recycled. Yelling your brains out at servitors will make them work faster. You know another way to get the lazy brutes to shift themselves? Well, I'm all ears if the inspection sees a circuit station without a unit. They'll go to Vladame with it, and if Vladame finds out, he won't miss words. He'll give us the old Kazbalican severance, as in kick us out the trash chute without a void suit. Simmer down, we'll be fine. Back in my transport days, I'd show the inspection the same protection screen on 8 different sites, and I never got busted once. I seriously doubt that Vladame's inspectors are any more diligent. They'll fall for our 1 support unit on 3 circuit stations. They won't notice a thing. Better worry about selling the 2 units that we bar. Who the throne is that? This goes beyond a violation of the right of operation. It downright stinks. Pascal! That's not something I expected Pascal to say. And just who are you and what are you doing in here? We're from Footfall Station Service, carrying out scheduled maintenance, but you're not going to believe that, are you? You heard everything. I promised my wife I could go a month without murder. Too bad. I'd rather break my word than Legi's bad side. Look, all I did was stop by I have to pick this one. Look, all I did was stop by a funeral and introduce myself as Fidelio. Because of this, some people have attempted to burn me alive. Others have drenched me in swill. And now thieving utility workers want to murder me. This is starting to feel like a bad joke. How about I just go on my merry way? Sure, by all means, go on right ahead. Oh my god.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Of course, I gotta fight again. No, Abelard there against a... Oh, she can't go all the way over there. She'll have her turn first. So... Cassia gets her first turn as always. We'll use it
I am a
against
navigator,
the chance to
not
fire
a
for free
servitor.
on the servitors with her vulture.
I'll do it.
And then she can move into cover.
Rejoice in battle!
Alright, my turn. I want to mark the backline somewhere in. Yeah, like that.
It's as good as done.
So where the hell did that mark?
I'll make it happen.
This can be rear. I'm gonna put front line there. At least for now.
I'll see to
Fire
it
through
personally.
that servitor. To do that, do your fire plan. And
It's
then
as
Deadeye
good as
shot.
done.
Yeah, that makes sense. Argenta's first actual turn. Ooh, this is a really good angle.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
We can do that and then
Faith
run into
without
that.
deeds is worthless. Doubt is
And
for the
reload.
weak.
And since this is already a good angle,
I'll do it.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
On it.
if your turns will analyze enemies to get a little more damage on him. And then lightning.
Was that you? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, I forgot to mark. God damn it. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, Pascal.
Anything else?
Forewarning.
The Omniscient knows
Let's
all,
mark that.
comprehends all.
Go there and Machine God Communion. And then we'll sweep with the fire out. Got him!
Successfully terminated. Damage is negligible.
How
At
about we'll
your
charge
beck
that
and
guy?
call. It will
And
be
then
done.
Reckless Strike. And hit him again.
Victory is one fewer target.
Cassia's turn. Let's voice a command Pascal. Glimpse of Fate on him too. And
Isn't
bring
this a
it
job
down.
for the serfs?
scriptural prognosis is favorable.
And then the prey there, like, do with plasma.
Ability analysis successful.
I've suffered worse.
Aha! Let's move into my rear zone.
I am ready for whatever comes. Another enemy down. I'll see to
Analyze
it
enemies in the
personally.
threat. And then tactical knowledge on him. And try and get him only. Yeah, that.
I'll make it happen.
Argenta's turn, move there, and then do this.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Use my Emperor! Power
use Fire Arm
resides in the
Mastery.
will of the righteous.
I know there's like some extra stuff that Fire Arm Mastery
I'll do
does
it.
now, but I don't know.
Doubt is for the weak. This
God
is
damn it.
unacceptable. I will not. That is not the Emperor's will. This is unacceptable.
Kadira can get to an angle where she treats that guy. If I analyze him first, there's a chance I'll kill him outright. I'm gonna do
But of
that,
course.
mark him as the target, and then psychic treat. Okay, it didn't kill him outright. Did nearly kill him. We
On
will
it.
forewarn on Abelard. I'll have him go ahead.
The order is contrary to
You can't do
dogmatic
that if they're already
protocols.
marked. Okay. So, run up to that. Mark the
Explore
territory.
to zone 1 route. Forward.
Analyzed, put more damage on him.
Request
Intimidation.
approved.
And then sweep.
I venerate you, machine spirit.
Oh, he died of aftershock. Abelard just charged the first one.
Keep your wits about you.
Medic.
I must
Still
thank
down
you,
here?
esteemed Magos. After your intervention, I feel 50 years younger. Both my knee implants are as good as new.
I agreed to help out of respect for the priceless array of augmentations placed in your body. Such sacred creations deserve the best maintenance available.
Oh my god.
I always have a backup
You
plan.
replaced Abelard's knees.
I always keep my options open.
As soon as you appear, a dozen eyes and guns shift in your direction. The guests of the ceremony will no longer pretend to be peaceful mourners. They are, however, stunned to see you. I don't believe it. You had the nerve to come back after your tumble through the flame. Listen, Dagon. I hate you. I hate you. Hate me. Maybe you can set aside our differences for the sake of our mutual target, so to speak. Finally, boy, you're showing signs of your being your father's son. Dens would never beat around the bush with rivals. Shoot their head off and be done with it. Anyway, I accept your proposal. You tried killing you quietly. That didn't work out, so I'll just kill you, plain and simple. This is Footfall for Throne's sake. Bye-bye. I don't know quite how to explain it to you all, but I'm not actually Fidelio. Anyone would say that looking at the barrels of a dozen guns, of course. Oh, this quest is so funny. Again, people want to kill me without saying why. We don't care. Come now, Dagon, let's give the lady an explanation before her death. You see, Mistress Fidelio, my late father, Den's Demons Tankim, Bardo, has bequeathed his entire fortune to you. Not to me, his only son, not to his first mate, you. So where does that leave us? You must die. Oh well, let's get this over with.
I'll make an example out of you.
You will fall!
Oh my god! Argenta's turn is for once quite a while in order. Ah, if Pascal wasn't in the way there, that would actually be a perfect angle for Argenta to fire at. But instead, I'll give the turn to Adira.
the Scryer's job.
Really doesn't have a line of sight there. Come on, there's some really good targets to which she doesn't have a line of sight to. Ah! Because the pillar. That's really dumb. Okay. Whatever, just try him. Oh, I forgot to mark again. Alright, back line.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
God damn it. I can't really place it exactly where I want because of the rotation. That's really dumb. That's like the worst part of this actually so far.
On it.
Anyways, rear's there. Front line. Here.
It's as good as done. Oh, no, I don't mean to move there. I was very confused what was going on with that. And that's... Let's just put more damage on Cap. Consider this a taste of what's to come. A temporary setback.
Oh, you walked right through that.
I'm still standing.
Ow!
Just barely.
That sucked. Alright, go there, do that.
Imperative dictates.
Machine Spirit Communion, everyone. And sweep him. Parried. Annoying.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
They're friendly firing each other.
Can't catch my breath.
Yeah, they're really just prudently firing each other all the time. Oh my god!
It's part of the trial.
Okay, that's a melta. Fire. Oh, of course she missed every shot.
I'll do it.
Let's run and gun just to get more shots.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Almost finished them off. What's foreboding here? Try
There
those
is
guys.
movement in the Imperial.
Not my worst day.
Heretics be damned!
Yes.
Let's give this to Pascal.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
The Omnissiah knows all,
Intimidation.
comprehends all.
And then strike this car.
Vulnerability analysis successful.
Kill him like that. That did not kill him. Unfortunate. Patch
The
yourself
healing
up.
is much appreciated.
And
At your
you're-
beck and call.
Oh, embrace frame pact, actually. We're taking a lot of damage. I'm going
I owe
to
you a
heal
debt.
myself.
I'll make it
And to
happen.
push him back with the power map. Yes!
You never stood
Okay.
a chance.
And he got attack opportunity by Pascal. Oh my god, he charged me then? Right, analyze.
Approved.
Hey, he'll just kill him like this.
Running binary override.
My exit strategy
Oh, there goes me.
will remain unused.
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
Dash over to here. Deal with him. Oh my god, how did you manage to hit Abelard? Jesus Christ.
Will do.
Foreboding again.
But of course,
Switch to the normal gun.
what
That
an
guy.
unfortunate turn of fate.
Just a minor setback.
We can't do a Dira. Okay.
I'm not
Let's do our
accustomed
gun.
to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without deed.
High momentum.
Guided by faith. I'll do it. I am
Fire
his will made manifest. Doubt is for the weak. You, my emperor.
See if we can clear out some of the
Each
Wrath.
strike is a prayer. I refuse.
path enemies.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless. That is not the Emperor's will.
Here's title.
Battlefields are always
Go
drowned
there,
in
press
scarlet.
advantage.
Me,
Shoot him with the gun.
if you insist, Lord Captain.
Run up to the servitor. We don't run directly up.
Follow my lead. I will do
Left
my
strike.
duty.
Hit it again.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I can do that, or I can execute.
That is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Faith cleanses the body.
Ow. Oh, not quite killed.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I will
Go there and,
bathe
like,
this
blast them.
battlefield in righteous fury. Eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Revel in slaughter.
I'll do it.
Dash there. best to target?
Anything is? On it. Will do.
Now revert to more
Ow.
conservative
Well,
tactics. Momentum.
Oh, that sucks.
I'll
Abelard.
show you why navigators are feared.
Cut off his balls.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Pass
Indeed.
the turn to again.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the
Run and
Emperor
die.
commands, I act.
Go there and blast this square. Helo.
Isn't this a job for the
go
serfs?
there, practice, press the advantage, and then live with
Me?
share.
If you insist.
Oh my god! Oh, it hurts. The crematorium's gonna have its hands. You stop shooting. Oh no, Dad! Wonderful. This is a funeral Dens would be proud of. Treat their wounds. I'm not in a killing mood. Will do. I would ask the esteemed guests stay for a moment longer. We have a bit of important business to take. Are we done with the firing squads? I would like to finally resolve the matter of Din's inheritance, and after that, give him a proper send-off. And so, according to the deceased will, all of Bellardo's fortune goes not to his worthless son Cass, not to his brainless mate Dagon, but to Fidelio, a mysterious new heir. However, I believe a certain party would like to intervene in this process. I still have a question. Who in the name of the Golden Throne is Fidelio? If Fidelio were here, if they were to know about their status as the heir, they would have made themselves known by now. And if it's not you, ma'am, then I suppose we'll never know the truth. But we can make our own truth, can't we? We're on Footfall. Names and ideas are traded and used here in every way imaginable. And so all that remains is to recognize you as Fidelio. I'm gonna be really nice, and I'm gonna give it to the granddaughter. The only one here who truly loved Dens is his granddaughter, Adelia Bellardo. She inherits his fortune. Cass, have you finally gone deaf from all that drinking? The inheritance is Adelia's, not yours. If you make any attempt to coerce her, I, as Den's executioner, will be forced to take steps. Oh, I see. All of you have it in for old Cass, huh? I'm afraid you leave me no choice. Sobbing and crying her eyes out, Adelia, smeared with her father's blood, is shaking Cass's lifeless body. Daddy, get up. I'll give you the inheritance. Demons take you, Cass. Trying to murder your own daughter at old man's funeral was a new low for you. You were always a useless waste, even in your final moments. Examine the servitor. The servitor that was once a woman is kneeling motionless. There's no signs of life. There are 2 charred holes where the eyes once were. Some malfunction was formed. Fine. Why did the servitor attack Cass? I think that's one of Denz's house servitors Cass brought with the funeral. Didn't it mutter something about repentance? If you're not Fidelio, then maybe this servitor is our mystery heir. Denz's last slap in the face for all the bloodsuckers who are gathered here. Anyways, sounds like Denz to me. That's why it attacked his half-son, then it's anyone's guess. So it's pretty obvious Adelia is a psyker, right? It's really obvious that she's a psyker. What happens to the girl now? She's got no one left now. Her mother ran off to the edge of the galaxy and her father, well, he thought herself. I'll look after her until she's grown up. I don't think I need to spell it out for you. A little girl with a tremendous fortune. Might as well paint a target on her forehead. If I take Adelia, no one will dare to hurt her. Purpose to give the reputation that my turbulent past has earned me. And if they do dare, while I'm at it, I'll also help her not squander her whole fortune. Maybe even earn something extra for both for herself and you. I think the best investment would be a merchant ship. I'll teach her the basics of void faring, find some reliable suppliers, pull a few strings in the administratum, and just like that she'll have herself a decent enterprise. I can tell you're an affluent sort, and imagine you can always use the services of a robust, reliable supply network. Leave the paperwork and other formalities to me. I'll contact your subordinates myself. That takes care of the inheritance. What do we do next? I would say goodbye to my old friend. The crematorium is a bit wrecked now. But who needs a crematorium? Denz loved having his enemies drenched in promethium and burned. They didn't call him Jerry Can Denz for nothing. I think it would be a nice gesture to send him on his way in the same fashion. Thankfully, it's easy enough to procure a jerrycan of promethium on Footfall. Fitting. Want to stay and watch? With pleasure. Let's get started, I guess.
Your demise is already calculated.
He pulls that flamethrower! Wait, why is this starting a battle? Why is this starting a battle? What? Okay, but it ended. Okay, that was strange.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I will lead us to fortune.
One on.
Hold still.
Second.
I'm grateful.
Okay, I did not mean to use it on Cassia.
I
Game.
need your full cooperation.
Injuries will not slow me.
All right, done. Well, that was a fun quest. I really enjoyed that.
Let us not dawdle.
I think before, and I think I'm actually gonna call it a night.
Is there money to be made?
I'm gonna call it a night. Tired. I was already tired before the show started. So I would like to call it a day early because I feel like this is a good stopping point. We didn't appear to have that many viewers tonight. I wonder what's up with that.
Keep your wits about you.
All right. I'm going to hop off. With only a few people watching, I don't feel like it'd be worth rating someone. So let's call it a night. Good night, everyone.